Hello, my love. Today I'm doing a reading for Libra and the person they're thinking about right now. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Libra. Hope you're doing well. Whoa. What is the overall energy, please? Overall messages. The Hierophant. 9 of Wands. Ace of Swords. And the 5 of Wands. So you are determined here. And, you know, this could be around a commitment, or this could be because of a commitment that you were in, you know, in the past. But you're persevering. You only want clarity and honesty right now. You're not dealing with any competition or combativeness. You only want honesty and honest conversations right now. What is your energy? 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. You know, you could be thinking a lot, and this could be because of, you know, someone from the past. I had the 6 of Cups that flew out earlier, but, you know, you could be reminiscing about someone, you know, just being stuck in your head, or, you know, looping thoughts. And this could be around romance or love, you know, but I'm getting that you're finding your power in the quiet moments right now. You know, you could be protecting yourself, you know, from any unnecessary drama. You know, and just wanting to listen to your inner voice, right? You're focusing less on what people are saying on the surface and paying more attention to the meanings behind, you know, what they're saying, or the gestures, or the offers, right? What is their energy right now? Ace of Wands. 7 of Wands. Whoa. Five of Cups and the Hermit. Virgo energy. You know, this person could be wanting to come in with some passion or romance right now, but I'm getting that, you know, they're thinking heavily about this, but they are being stubborn and stuck in their ways. You know, they could be needing, they could have, you know, built their walls up here. And I'm getting that this is just leaving them feeling sad or regretful, feeling lonely. How do you see them? Page of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. And the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You know, this person could have a tough decision to make. And this is between love, and this could be around money as well. But, you know, basically what I'm getting is that they're more focused on making money than they are around love or being open-hearted or compassionate right now. You know, they could be stuck in their head about finances. How do they see you? The Devil. The Lovers. And the 3 of Pentacles. I have Gemini and Capricorn energy. This person could be very obsessively thinking about this love. They could see you as being the one, or, you know, this could be just a very loving, romantic you know, there's a lot of chemistry here. But you know, there could have been interferences and they could be just thinking about this heavily, or they could just be obsessed. There could be blockages here. This could be addictions or, you know, interferences. How do you feel about them? King of Wands. Six of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. So you could definitely see this person as being, you know, destiny or fate, victory, success. You could have seen that with this person. Very passionate, a lot of chemistry here, a lot of, you know, passionate energy. And how do they feel about you? The Hanged Man, the Knight of Wands, Pisces energy, and the Five of Swords. So they could feel that you're in limbo, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, there's an inconsistent energy here. You know, and you could have been experiencing, you know, certain feelings or friction with someone. You know, there could have been manipulation, mind games, inconsistencies. What are you doing right now? The Star. The Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands. Wow, I have Aries, Leo, Sag again, so we have another match. And I have 11-11. This could be twin flame energy. I have Aquarius out. You know, you could be thinking heavily about this, but you know, what I'm getting is that, you know, you could be adjusting your reactions towards a certain person. This could be a fire sign or an Aquarius, but, and, you know, making this adjustment is a game changer. And this will be in your favor. You know, and if you're single right now, you're a magnet for someone. You know, they're being drawn to you, drawn to your light, drawn to your authenticity. Right? But you're working on healing yourself first. And, you know, setting firm boundaries. Right? You're wanting to protect your peace and heal and create space for your own health and well-being. Your own happily ever after. Your own creations. Your own, you know, what you're passionate about. You know, and that's ultimately what's going to attract, you know, more healthier connections here, or the love of your life, or your twin flame. Take it how it resonates. You know, your divine counterpart. What are they doing right now? Five of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Seven of Swords. So this person is making a judgment call. And, you know, they're being very strategic here. They might need to leave some old thought processes behind. This could be, you know, lack mentality around finances. This could be, you know, feeling that they're not enough. But they're making a judgment call. What are your messages? Seven of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Moon. So you could be having deep psychic messages coming through this week, or downloads about your past and your relationships. You know, and you could be just learning how to manifest or learning more about manifestation, but you're getting your ducks in a row. You could be investing your money at this time, but you're not wanting to hold back, right? You're not wanting to live in fear. You want to take the steps. What are their messages? King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups. This person wants to communicate. I have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but they're wanting communication here. They want to bring in a solid offer because they see that you are their wish come true. You are their wish fulfillment. And they see that you're not going to settle for anything less than what you deserve. And, you know, a strong, solid offer. You know, the thought of losing you forever is heart-wrenching pain for them. You know, even if they don't act like it right now, they're heavily thinking about this, heavily obsessing about you and your energy. You know, they could be afraid that there's another person involved, or that, you know, someone's going to swoop in, you know, and take you off the market. You know, if you're single, obviously. What is the outcome, please? Ace of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's some communication coming through. And, you know, this could be from a new person, a new love. But this only happens after a heavy burden is let go of, right? Not needing to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Needing to put something to bed, needing to put something down so that way you can enjoy life and enjoy a new love or a new loving energy. You know, even a conversation. I just saw 1313 on the timer. If these messages are resonating with you, type 1313 to affirm. And I hope you're liking and subscribing so you can become a part of our amazing community here and you won't miss any future updates. What is the advice, please? Three of Swords, the Tower, and the High Priestess. Yeah. Needing to allow something to come down, right? Something to fall that's not stable in order to have this spiritual connection. And I mean, this could be even just, you know, being more spiritual yourself, or, you know, having this new love come in with a soulmate, someone that you communicate with in the 5D or telepathy, someone that you felt around you for a very long time. You know, there might need to be some heartache or some upheaval here in order to get, you know, to the love of your life, or to get this energy of peace and love and prosperity. You know, but protecting your peace, right? You know, and it's a great time to brainstorm about new opportunities and, you know, just setting concrete goals prioritizing your well-being, prioritizing your rest, right? You could be wanting to meditate or journal so that way, you know, you can process things better or faster. I'm going to get a message for amazing Libra. What message needs to come out? Whoa. Pain, apprehensive, afraid, cautious, depth, awareness, importance, value. I'm also going to get a numerology card for amazing Libra. What message needs to come out here? Wow, I got 2. I'm just going to take one. 2, 2, 2, 2. Feminine forces, relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge. Listen. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.